Audi's second generation A5 Coupe is lighter, leaner and better to drive, with classy looks, impressive build quality and cutting-edge technology. The styling may be evolutionary, but the objectives here are uncompromising. Ingolstadt wants class leadership in this segment, and this Mark II model might well convince buyers that it's ready to achieve exactly that.
Can this second generation A5 really match its rear-driven coupe competitors when volume versions have to use the front-driven setup that you'd find on a common family hatch? Well, you might wonder on that score, but on the move, this Audi gets remarkably close to the dynamic standards set by the rivals. The reasons why have a lot to do with the stiff, sophisticated new MLB Evo platform and the high-tech, fully independent 5-link front and rear suspension arrangement that can be embellished with adaptive damping on request. Also freshly developed for this Mark II model is a 7-speed S-tronic auto gearbox featuring efficient dual-clutch technology that couldn't be had on front-driven versions of the previous generation model. Included across the range is the usual Drive Select vehicle dynamics system that, in its standard form, will allow you to tweak the steering feel, the throttle response and the gear shift timings to suit the way that you want to drive. Under the bonnet, there's more new engineering in the form of an efficient 2-litre TFSI petrol unit developing 190 PS or 252 PS if you ordered it paired up with the latest, more responsive version of Audi's Quattro 4-wheel drive system. The alternative is a 190 PS 2-litre TDI diesel unit, which has a rapid turn of speed, yet can also manage 70.6 mpg on the combined cycle and 105 grams per kilometre of CO2 in S-tronic form. This 4-cylinder diesel can also be paired with auto transmission and all-wheel traction, both features that are mandatory on the 218 PS 3-litre TDI variant we're trying here. At the top of the range lies another 3-litre V6, this one petrol-powered and installed beneath the bonnet of a potent 354 PS S5 Quattro variant that storms to 62 miles an hour in just 4.7 seconds. If at first glance you think this car is little different from its predecessor, then take a second look. Yes, the sharply drawn wave-like shoulder line references the original model, but in most other respects, this A5 Coupe has, like its brand, become more mature and sophisticated. So, time to open the long, wide driver's door. Take a seat inside, where you'll find yourself in a cabin that we think will really sell you this car. Audi has copied the belt buckler system offered by rival Mercedes and BMW coupes that graciously hands you your belt buckle as you take a seat, but in every other regard, the competition's playing catch-up here. We like the seats too, anatomically shaped with head restraints that can be optionally specified to move not only for height, but also for distance from the head. They position you perfectly in front of a magnesium-framed, leather-stitched, 3-spoke multifunction steering wheel, which looks particularly nice in the R8-style flat-bottom form that's been provided here. Through it, in standard models, you would view 2 conventional analog dials separated by the usual information screen. Here, though, as you can see, we've got something much nicer than that. The optional virtual cockpit replaces the entire instrument binnacle with a 12.3-inch LCD colour monitor, and it has a layout that's fully digital and customisable with smart 3D graphics and highly detailed effects. Anything that this setup can't tell you will almost certainly be covered by the slimline MMI infotainment display that dominates the top of the dashboard. Now, it's 7 inches in size on standard models or 8.3 inches if you opt for the top MMI Navigation Plus with MMI Touch system that we're trying here, with its crisp 3D maps and responsive NVIDIA graphics. So let's take a seat in the rear, remembering that, as with most coupes, the door is very long. So when you're opening it wide enough to access the back seat, it's really easy to inadvertently bash it against some sort of solid object. Now, getting into the rear is as awkward as it would be in coupe versions of the Mercedes C-Class and the BMW 4 Series, and it's not helped by the fact that the front seat base doesn't automatically slide forwards as you pull the backrest forward in the way that it does in a rival Lexus RC. Once inside, though, the news is better, this being the part of the car where you most appreciate this second-generation design's 13mm of extra wheelbase. Now, that has freed up an extra 23mm of knee room back here, and it's further aided by these scalloped cutouts in the front seat backs. So finally, let's take a look in the boot. Now, it's gained 10 litres in size with this second-generation model's longer design, and it's now the largest in the segment at 465 litres. In summary, this is exactly what Ingolstadt promised, an intelligent evolution that delivers almost everything a sleek sports coupe should be. Right now, that makes this A5 arguably the most intelligent choice you can make in the segment. Just as Audi said, it would be.